Hello, this is Chaneta. Let's talk about the power of talking to yourself. Neville Goddard calls it your mental diet. Look, we all talk to ourselves. I know I do. We are our best friend or our worst enemy. Neville Goddard says we could no more stop talking to ourselves than we could stop eating and drinking. But what we can do is to control the nature and the direction of our inner conversations. You know, a lot of people don't realize that because of their self-talk, they are the cause of the good and the bad situations that show up for them. Our inner conversations can produce good or negative experiences. It all depends on what we're talking to ourselves about ourselves all day long. It all depends on what we say to ourselves about not only ourselves, but the people around us and the world. Remember, we are listening to ourselves as well. There are infinite number of possible mental conversations that we have with ourselves all the time. So what is your predominant inner conversation that you have with yourself? When you are awake, aware, and conscious, AAC, that is what my sister, Dr. Julia Weeks, has coined my phrase, awake, aware, and conscious. You have more control over the kinds of conversations you have with yourself and therefore the kind of experiences you have. Our life is a manifestation of the mental conversations which go on in us without most of us even being aware of them. That is why it is important to be AAC, awake, aware, and conscious. Your mental conversations attracts your life. If you want change and there's no change in your inner conversation, nothing changes. If you wish to change your life, change the way you talk to yourself, about yourself, and the world around you. To attempt to change the world without first changing your inner talking is to struggle against the very nature of things, Neville tells us. If you want to change your experience, change the course, and that is change your inner conversations. Make it more positive. We tend to blame others for our disappointments and our misfortunes, not realizing that they are caused by our own negative inner talking. Our inner conversations represent the various ways we see the world that we live in. Our individual roles are self-revelations of our own inner speech. We are told that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof. For by their words they shall be justified, and by their words they shall be condemned. Your words, silent or audible, are powerful. So what are you speaking your inner and outer conversations most of the time? Look around you. Start being conscious of your inner conversations, then look at your life and connect the dots. We abandon ourselves to negative inner talking, yet expect to manifest our dreams. Our present mental conversations do not recede into the past. They advance into the future to confront us as wasted or invested words. Isaiah 55:11, so shall my word that goeth forth out of my mouth, it shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. So, what are your conversations? Where are you sending your word? And they will not return to you void, let me tell you that. They shall accomplish that which you please and prosper in the thing in which you sent it. And prosperity means that if it's negative, it will prosper. If it's positive, it will prosper, right? The events of our lives events of our lives are made visible through our words. So be AAC, awake, aware, and conscious, so that you can purposely create your life. So look around you. You see that your inner conversations are perpetually outpictured all around you in your life as you experience. What you desire to see without, you must first hear within. For the whole manifested world goes to show us that what we use our word for, what we send it out to, is showing up as a reality. We can also predict our future by the words that we speak, our inner conversations. So our inner conversations must be in alignment with the things that we say that we desire. The things that we want, our desires, must be in agreement with what you're thinking and saying most of the time. You cannot say you want something and then spend most of the day thinking, that's inner speaking, of all the reasons why it can never happen. What you desire to see and hear without, remember you must first see and hear within. When we control our inner talking, matching it to our fulfilled desires, we start experiencing the changes that we want. We add our powerful imagination to our positive mental conversations and live from the premise of already having our desires fulfilled. So what is the right inner speech? The right inner speech is the language that would be yours were you to realize your ideal. In other words, it is the speech of fulfilled desire. If you were living your dreams right now, you would have a different inner conversation with yourself and others. Am I right? Or am I right? You have created your past and present by your inner conversations. Now that you are aware of how powerful your inner conversations are, you can create your future of choice by being consciously aware of your inner conversations. If you want success, you must plan success. Your truth depends on what you consistently talk to yourself about yourself and the world you live in. To experience success, you must assume that you are successful. It does not matter if at the present moment external facts deny the truth of your assumption. If you persist in your assumption, it will become a fact. Signs follow, they do not precede. So, our inner talking, though unheard of by others, is more productive and powerful than all the promises and threats of men. Remember, as a man thinketh, so he is. You can fool yourself all day long, but what you think is what you get. That's outwardly and inwardly. So people see in your life as your life what you're thinking about predominantly. So add the use of your powerful imagination with the constructive inner speaking, and you can positively change your life. Just be faithful to your positive inner speaking and use your awesome imagination to create the life of choice. Everything in the world bears witness to the use of or misuse of man's inner talking. Negative inner talking, particularly evil and envious inner talking, are the breeding ground of the future battlefields and jails of the world. Such misuse of the word perpetuates the violence of the world. Of course, using our inner outer conversations in loving ways for ourselves, our family, our friends, and the world produces a world of love and peace and prosperity for all. There's an abundance in the universe. The time is ripe for us right now to take charge of the situations that we're in, to create peace on earth, love, prosperity for one another. I mean, aren't you sick and tired of all the negative conditions in your life, in the world, the situations, what's happening on planet Earth? We need to change. So let's consciously use our imagination inwardly to hear only that which we want to see in our outward world, in our personal world, and the world above, so that together we can create love, prosperity, and peace on earth and goodwill to all men. Doesn't that feel good? Yes, it does. So let's only imagine what we want to manifest, only talk about what we want to manifest, and leave the negative world alone. It doesn't affect us unless we allow it to. Give your imagination the state and tones of reality of what you wish to experience. Keep on doing so until you arouse within yourself the mood of accomplishment and the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Know that it's already done. So how can you tell if you have succeeded in making your future dream a present fact? By observing again your inner conversation. If you are inwardly saying what you would audibly say physically, if your dreams are your reality, then you've succeeded in changing your mental diet. What you see in your world is your word made visible. If you do not like what is happening to you, you need a change of mental diet. You need to change your inner conversations, because you can have health, love, joy, peace, prosperity, wealth, and all the desires of your heart. You can have this and that. Yes, you can. This is Chaneta, author of How to Have This and That. My books are sold on Amazon.com. For more inspired and life-enhancing videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel below. Click the button and subscribe today, because I keep imagining and seeing you on the beaches of the world. Isn't it wonderful? Yes.